Welcome back to another stream, everybody. Ooh, let me try not to shake my computer too much. Anytime I touch the table, it shakes a little bit. Probably need a better table, but let's wait for some people to get in here. I don't know if you guys been keeping up with the news with everything going on, but there is a lot of news going on. There's a lot of stuff going on right now throughout the world. But we are going to be discussing more about recent news, but we're just going to watch some of the stuff going on. If you guys saw the Candace Owens debate with Andrew Wilson, that was unwatchable. That was honestly unwatchable. That was unbearable. I could not even get through 2 minutes of it. It was horrible. Candace Owens is such a piece of crap, and that's pretty much all I got to say to just start off this video with. And I don't know if I really believe the bull crap about her getting paid $300,000 for a debate. I'm not going to say I 100% believe that. That might just be publicity. That might be a publicity stunt. I know Andrew Wilson has a good amount of money, but I don't know if he really has the type of money to spend $300,000 to do that kind of thing. What's up, Chris? How you doing? We got 3 people in here watching. I'm going to go ahead and drop the debate link. If anyone wants to debate, they can click here. We're going to be checking out this newest Trump speech and everything that's going on. I didn't get to watch this yesterday, and this seems pretty cool, pretty important. He's at the police academy, which I don't remember any presidents ever going to a police academy. Here we go. I'll read this question before we get into it. What do you think about the 50% Canadian tariffs? Do you think it'll affect the cost of food? No, I don't think we really get too much of our food from Canada. But Canada is in a recession right now, so I suggest Canada gets off their high horse and starts working with the United States of America. This stuff could all be solved very quickly, very, very quickly, but the Canadians are not really willing to work with the United States, all because of their anger towards Donald J. Trump and how great his policies are. They're jealous of our country. Our economy is booming, and the Canadian economy is shrinking, quite literally shrinking. That's what a recession is. Now they'll tell you we're in a technical recession. No, whatever you want to call it, you're in an actual recession. You're in an actual recession. The median salary in Canada is lower than the lowest median salary in the United States. The median salary in Toronto is lower than the lowest salary in the United States. So Canada's crashing, and not to mention a lot of their food prices are higher, especially for specific items. We don't need potashes and metals, brother. You guys aren't even one of the major global supply trades for those kinds of things. We can buy that stuff from literally anywhere. We do not need Canada. Once again, this is the issue. This is my issue. Canadians are so self-entitled. They think we need them. We don't need you. We're not the ones going into a recession over tariffs. That would be Canada. You guys are going into a recession over our tariffs. It's not the other way around. We can get fertilizer from anywhere, brother. We can get fertilizer from Mexico. We can get fertilizer from South America. We can get fertilizer from Central America. We do not need Canada. Smokey Bear will probably straighten out Canada. Let's go ahead and play this, guys. There's a replacement for anything Canada has. We can buy it from somewhere else. It's really just that simple.
A lot of people outside, but I just want to say a very special hello to New York and a very, very special hello, Long Island. I love Long Island.
Man, look how happy these faces are in the back. The police love Donald J. Trump, and they hate the lazy Democrats that want to get rid of the police. Democrats, who is going to protect you if these men and women don't protect you? You don't practice your Second Amendment rights. You don't own a firearm. You don't own any real dangerous weapons. We know your hands ain't no kind of weapons whatsoever. So who's going to protect you, Democrats, if it's not for the law and order of the United States of America?
I'm thrilled to be back in the state I love, and I do love it. I'm so proud of it, but it's going in bad direction. We got to change it around. We'll get Bruce in there. We'll change it around.
The DSA Democrats want to get rid of all the law enforcement. Who's going to protect you? Who is going to protect you? These DSA Democrats have 10 security guards armed to the T. But they want you to give up your guns and defund the police and get rid of the police altogether.
We're going to change it around. You watch. He's going to do well. But to be with the hardworking patriots of Nassau County, appreciate it. And we're especially grateful to be joined by the incredible men and women of Nassau County Police Department and a lot of other law enforcement. I've known them a long time. There's never any problems, I'll tell you. They're winners. They're just winners, pure and simple. And thanks as well to your brothers and sisters in New York's finest, the New York PD. We love our New York PD. And we're here today to celebrate the historic progress our administration is making together with law enforcement partners nationwide to restore law and order in America. Very simple. A very simple phrase, isn't it? And with these professionals, it's a very easy thing to do. You have to let them do their job. That's all there is. You won't have any problem. That includes right here on Long Island, where under the leadership of your county executive, a great person, a friend of mine for a long time, a great political leader, a great politician, but I don't want to say that negatively. He's a great politician. He wins all the time. He won in a big surprise like 8 or 9 years ago. I remember I said, man, that's tough for you to win in that location. And then he's won in landslides ever since, and he's a winner. Bruce.
Listen, if you love our country and you love our president, make sure you guys leave me a like, subscribe, share.
Like me. And I said it. I said when Bruce's name got up, I said, you know, if they give that guy just a little bit of a chance, just a little bit of fair treatment from the fake news and everyone else, he's going to win. No, he's going to win. I mean it. But under Bruce, think of this. Nassau County has been rated the #1 safest county in the United States of America. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Look, not a single sign of Trump derangement. Every single one of these people love and respect our dear president.
That the #1 safest county in the United States of America. There's, I think, 6,700 counties. That's not bad, Bruce. Keep it up. Do a little bit better next time. How do you top that? U.S. News and World Report gives you a perfect score in terms of crime. 100 out of 100. And under the Trump administration, we're working every day with leaders like Bruce and local police like we have here. We have some of the greatest police officers in the world in this room. And a lot of them, unfortunately, they're standing outside trying to get in. Should we let them in? I don't know. We don't have any room, but let's let them in anyway. Who the hell cares? Who cares? Let's let them in anyway. But dangerous offenders off our streets, and they've taken them, they've brought them off our streets, put savage criminals behind bars, and you know what they're doing? They're making America safe again. They've done a fantastic job. And in the past 4 years before I took office, our country was overrun by violent criminals. I mean, you remember just a couple of years ago how bad it was, right? It was really bad. Foreign gangs, savage thugs with Biden. Sleepy Joe. What a horrible 4 years. That was 4 years in hell. We lived in hell. With Biden and the radical left Democrats, we call them Democrats now because their policies are so dumb. Fighting to...
Their policies are so dumb. He's going to tell you what policies exactly right here. But let me guess. Defunding the police, trying to get rid of the presidency, trying to get rid of the Senate, trying to tax everybody 60, 70%. What Democrat policy are you voting for? You're just voting to get your money taken away? What are you voting for? He just voted for more food stamps. I know Democrats love their welfare.
Defund the police. Does that play well in this room? Is there anybody that's in favor of defunding the police in this particular? You'd be afraid to say it if you were. And wide open borders with millions and millions of people pouring in from all over the world, including prisons and jails and mental institutions, insane asylum. You know what that is? That's a mental institution on steroids. You know that?
You know, Trump should really step in, or someone should step in, even though I know state level is controlled by state level. Somebody has to step in to New York City. They're letting people out on no bail release. That is disgusting. They let PDF files out of jail with no bail. No nothing. That is disgusting and that is terrifying. This place is a crap hole to live in if you live in New York City.
Come from both, including 11,888 murderers, many of whom have killed more than one person. More than 50% killed more than one person. And we took them in with open arms. How stupid could we be? But we're getting them the hell out. They're moving out fast. We're getting them out, and you help them. And the biggest problem we have, the biggest impediment we have are sanctuary cities, you know, where they protect criminals. It's called a sanctuary for criminals. We ought to change the name. A sanctuary for criminals. But the day I took the oath of office as your 47th president, we ended the border invasion. By the way, we have the best border now in the history of our country. We ended the war on police, and we declared a very strong war on crime. It's been really amazing. We've led our outstanding new Attorney General, happens to be with us. I was surprised to see him. He just got sworn in 2 days ago. Todd Blanche, he's going to be a legend. Where's Todd?
He is going to be a legend. I didn't realize he was going to be here.
I know him very well. I know him for a long time.
But we got 330 people in here. If y'all got any questions, comments, anything you want us to read out loud, talk about, you can drop some super chats. We're also doing video requests for $10 super chats. But get those likes up and subscribe, especially if you support America.
He's going to be the greatest maybe ever. And we had some good ones in the...
You don't even have to support Trump to hit that like and subscribe button. You just have to love America and love the United States of America.
Country. I think he's going to go down. He's got a shot at being the greatest ever. If he remains tough and strong, he'll never change. Are you going to change your ways? I don't think so. If he doesn't change his ways, he's going to go down as the best. So I want to thank Todd, even for being here. He just got sworn in, as well as a Long Island native, born right here, and he's doing a good job. And those numbers are the best numbers anybody's ever seen. FBI Director Kash Patel.
Oh, they got the whole gang here. They got Kash Patel,
Best
Todd
numbers
Blanche,
anybody's ever seen.
everybody.
On crime. With your help, last year we achieved the largest drop in murder rate ever recorded, the lowest level in 125 years. That's since the year 1900. That was before my father was born. He would not have liked me saying that because he always liked to say he's quite young. But he wouldn't have liked that. Think of it, 125 years ago, we broke the record. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I just want to thank all of the people in this room.
Man, I love imperialism. I love the white man, and I love imperialism because we built this world. 9% of the population. White imperialism built the great world we live in.
Today I'm thrilled to announce that the FBI has just released a new uniform crime report showing that in 2025, we achieved the single largest reduction in violent crime in American history.
What can I say? Trump is making the streets safe again, but we still got these murderous, vicious Democrats. Everyone can remember it's almost been one single year since Charlie Kirk was taken out. Don't put your guard down. These Democrats are still vile, vicious, disgusting monsters. They got nothing going for themselves. That's why they're willing to crash out on everybody.
And last year, there were over 3,100 fewer murders than the year before I took over. Remember this, though? And we allowed, through this stupid open borders policy, 25 million people to come into our country. Many of them are now gone, but 25 million people, that's the number, that's the real number, to come into our country. Many of them, the people I just said, drug dealers, prisoners from all over the world. They came in from the Congo, they came in from South America.
Not to mention, every illegal alien immigrant is a criminal. I don't care if they're drug dealers, rapists, what they are. They're all criminals. I've lived in over 3 different countries. Not a single time did I break a single immigration law. But these Democrats just say, oh, it's not a big deal. Let them be criminals. It's not a violent crime. Well, fraud ain't a violent crime either. But you're still hurting somebody. Send you a message on Discord that came from Dennis Herrera. Shout out Dennis Herrera. He's a good guy.
And despite that, we have the best crime record in recorded history. 2,000, think of this, rapes, 10,000 fewer. We had 10,000 fewer rapes than the year before, 1 million fewer assaults, robberies, burglaries, thefts. The numbers, every single numbers, first time.
1 million fewer robberies and assaults under Trump? Holy moly. That ain't no jokers.
It's ever happened.
Holy smokers.
Every single number is the lowest number in recorded history. And according to the latest data, crime has continued to plummet under our leadership in 2026, with robberies down another 20% and murders down another 23%. So the numbers you just heard, the preliminary numbers for just now, are even lower than the record numbers that you just heard. So it's a great tribute to all of the people in this room. Together, we're showing what is possible when you finally have a president in the White House who supports our police, who lets you do your jobs, and who always backs the blue. We back the blue.
Other than the Democrats, we don't back that kind of blue. We only back the law enforcement, not the Democrat Party. Don't get it confused.
And and I have been from the beginning, long before I ran for office. Who would have thought 10 years ago? I've been doing this for now a long time, but not that long if you think I'm president, if you think. It's a pretty quick trip. But I'm with you, and always was, 100%. 100%. And my administration is proving billions, and we're giving you billions and billions of dollars to hire, equip, and train new police officers. We're giving you more money than you've ever been given in history. More money, and you're going out and you're buying the best equipment you can buy. As president, I will always protect our qualified immunity. Would you like qualified immunity, everybody?
Yes, I do, because a lot of mistakes can accidentally happen. But if a criminal like Alex Preddy approaches the ICE agents and grabs their shirts like this with a firearm on his waist, whatever happens to him is what happens to him. Maybe it's God sending a message. Don't be a violent criminal.
Qualified immunity. It's always very important. I also deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore public safety in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. And in D.C., Memphis, and New Orleans, we've removed over 30,000 criminals from the streets in a single year. In Memphis, crime is down 71%. In New Orleans, crime is down 75%. And in D.C., crime is down 81%.
Wow, New Orleans. I'm surprised to hear that about New Orleans. 75% down in New Orleans? That is crazy, guys. Listen, if you want to debate about anything Trump related or anything, relating to the conservative politics or left-wing politics or progressive politics, you guys can join that Discord down below. Debate Discord down below. So join that link. If that link doesn't work, there's also a link in the bio. At least ICE is hiring pretty good shots. Yeah, that's good. Hey, did you guys hear about the electric gloves? The electric gloves coming to the ICE agents? Oh, That is gonna be next level. I want all my ICE agents to be like Mr. Electric. They're gonna have these electric gloves. It's gonna be funny.
I'll tell you, because D.C. is very personal for me, but in D.C., crime is now, it was so bad when I got there a year and a half ago. People were being murdered, 3 a week on average. We have very few murders anymore. We have very little crime anymore. We've taken it from the worst, one of the most dangerous, can you imagine our nation's capital, one of the most dangerous cities in the country. We've taken.
Sent you a message. All right, I honestly gotta wait for a phone charger to get down to me. That might take a couple minutes, but let's see. What time? Let me know what time the Pride Parade is. Is it gonna be noisy? Well, what are we gonna do here with this Pride Parade?
Taken it to one of the safest cities of the country, in the country.
I love white imperialism. I love white imperialism. We built this world. We built it. 9% of the population built the whole world. The white man for the win.
Almost 5,000 people out of D.C. And you know, it's a very interesting stat. 2% of the people create 91% of the crime. I love that stat because we can handle 2% of the people. If it was 60% of the people, we got problems. It's 2%. They're repeat criminals, sometimes 3-4 times a day with this cashless bail stuff. They repeat. They go into court. The judge says, "Oh, you can go," and they go out and create another crime. But think of it: 2% create 91% of the crime, and that's something we handled very well. We moved out in Washington almost 5,000. In many cases, career criminals. They're not there anymore. And every day I come to the White House, people are thanking me. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. No, these young, beautiful girls, these young, beautiful girls in the White House, you know, they come in. Now, I'm not supposed to say beautiful, but what the hell? These young, these gorgeous, beautiful girls, they want to be safe, and they come, "Mr. President, may I speak to you?" "Yes." "Thank you, sir. Thank you." I said, "Why are you thanking me?" "Because a year and a half ago, I was afraid to leave. I was afraid to open the door of my apartment. And now I walk to the White House every morning, and I have absolutely no fear." Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Joe Biden and all these people up in Washington, D.C. didn't care about anyone's safety. They're rolling around in bulletproof SUVs with 6 security guards armed with fully automatic machine guns. And they didn't care about any of the crime going on in that city because they live in their big gated mansions where no one can get in. But this president cared. He cares about y'all.
Men, women, older men, younger men, and older women and younger women, they're all saying thank you, and I know exactly what they mean. We lived in a hellhole. 2 years ago, we were in a hellhole, and now we have one of the safest cities, and it should be safe. It's our nation's capital. We represent the whole universe, frankly, because there's nothing like the United States. Look at what we've done.
There is nothing like the United States. These Democrats always crying and complaining, saying they want to go live in another country. They never lived in another country. They haven't been to over 22 different countries like I have. They're full of it. They don't even know what Europe is like, much less what South or Central America is like. They got no idea. Let's see, we got 2 super chats. Trump is the GOAT. I agree with that 100%. Let's see what Dark Hunter said. Obama had 3 terms. Who do you think was running things for the senile, dastardly Biden? Yeah, no kidding, man. Someone was pulling the strings. Someone was pulling the strings. But honestly, look at how old Nancy Pelosi is. She's been acting really strange recently. Isn't she retiring this year at, what, 85, 87 years old? The only gated mansion in D.C. is the White House. I don't know about that, man. I've never been to DC, to be honest with you, but I know there's some big, nice houses out there, and they got protection. They got protection. But maybe this year, if they're still giving out the Trump passports, maybe I'll fly out to DC. If I can get a Trump passport out there, I would. I would go out there.
Thank you. And you know, for other cities like New York, Chicago, LA, all they have to do is call us and we will stop that crime. We'll stop that horrible crime. We come in with the right people. We come in with the power to move people out of the country if they're here illegally, and a lot of them are criminals that were let in through that open border, that horrible. Remember the scene? Remember the scene? Well, you saw it the other day in Spain, right? Okay, now envision that. They allowed 65,000 people in. Now you remember 25 million people. We were worse. That was like that every single day in our country, and that went on for months and months. And then we had a border czar, as you remember, Kamala. She was the border czar. She never went to the border. And she never once called Border Patrol. Other than that, she did an excellent job. She was a great candidate. I think they should run her again. She was a great candidate. But since I took office...
Of course he wants her to run again. That way it can be another easy defeat. It was so damn easy. Of course he wants Kamala or any other woman to even try to run for president.
Federal law enforcement has arrested incredibly 1.2 million criminals nationwide, and bad ones. We want to make sure we get the bad ones. And we've increased federal criminal prosecutions by over 50%. And under the Trump administration, the FBI has nearly doubled its arrest for violent crime. The violent criminals are being arrested, and that's why you see the good crime numbers. I mean, you're seeing crime numbers even in places that do not do, let's say they don't have good leadership, like Chicago has very bad leadership, but we have the numbers down because of what the federal government's doing. We get no credit for it because they say, well, we get no credit for it. They like to take all the credit, but everyone knows we've done an amazing job. The U.S. attorneys and the FBI, all the people, Cash, and Todd has been unbelievable. We get all the credit. And as of this week, we've captured 9 out of 10 fugitives on the FBI's most wanted list, and that's a virtual record. We have a list. We have a list of 10 not nice people. These are not nice people, David Mack. You know, David, stand up, David. One of the wealthiest guys. He's got so much cash. He's got so much cash, he doesn't know what to do with it. And he wants to be safe. They save your ass, David.
They want to be safe, guys. No one wants to deal with that crime and violence.
David, I'll tell you, you have no idea, David. Anyway, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. He's a real estate man, a very good real estate man, and he used to be my enemy, but now he's very nice to me. Now he's very nice. He used to be my competitor, but he's a good man. He's a great, brilliant real estate person, too. It's good to have you, David. Shortly after taking office, I signed a historic executive order directing that anyone convicted of killing a police officer should face the death penalty.
I mean, I agree. I agree that for everybody. Really, anyone that gets, even if you harm someone with a weapon, if you stab someone or shoot somebody, I'm sorry, especially if it's quite obvious that, you know, you broke into their home, yada, yada, yada. You should get that same damn penalty. Same damn penalty.
And last year, deaths of law enforcement, well, think of this, deaths of law enforcement officers in the line of duty fell to an 80-year low. That means people aren't playing games anymore. It's an 80-year low. Still too many, but it's an 80-year low, despite all of our extraordinary progress to restore safety to every community in our land. The radical left, Marxists, the communists, they're communists. These aren't socialists. Socialists are no good, but communists. Remember I said at the State of the Union speech, the last one, we will not be a socialist country. I was right. They want to make us a communist country. They've skipped socialism. They skipped socialism. Can you believe it? So at least I was right. I like being right. But they continue their war on police and their destruction.
Listen, rather you like Trump or not, even if you're a Democrat, you can probably agree that the socialists are trying to take over, and it ain't a good thing. It's disgusting. No one wants socialists in our government. The majority of these people that support socialism don't even know what it is. And our education system has failed on that. I'm not going to lie. Most people don't even know what socialism is.
Of the rule of law, the communists want to turn America into a third world country, into a hellhole of crime and filth. You ever notice, I said it a week ago for the first time, the first thing you see, I see, before you even see the crime becomes staggering, is the streets become filthy dirty. They're disgusting. They smell, they rot. But everything becomes dirty. And then you see the crime and you see all the other things. But I don't know, I'm not sure you've ever heard that said by anybody else. Most people wouldn't say it. But it's true. And squalor, and you know, it just becomes so bad. And then the death comes, and it becomes really a true hellhole. And we're not going to let that happen to New York State. And that's why we have to get Bruce into office. We got to get Bruce in there. Nowhere is the communist attack on American society more clear than here in New York State. The radical left Governor Kathy Hochul has...
This guy says, so tell me a socialist country in the Western Hemisphere, Cuba, Venezuela, Nicaragua. There you go.
Has been very, very bad on crime, a nightmare for crime. She supports New York's disastrous no cash bail law. You know, it all started, if you think about it, because I've been here for a long time. I love this place, but it gets harder to love. It really does. But if you think, it really started with a no cash bail. Remember that? That was a Cuomo beauty, right? That was a Cuomo.
Billionaires pay the majority of taxes. Billionaires, millionaires, and trillionaires pay the majority of taxes. None of you would be able to live on welfare if it wasn't for the billionaires.
Beauty. In other words, no cash. Don't worry about it. You kill somebody. Oh, that's okay. Go ahead. Then you go kill 2-3 people a day. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard. And you can't. It's like men playing in women's sports. It's so crazy. You can't believe it. It's like transgender mutilization of your children. And all these people believe in all this stuff. But they came out with that one with the no cash bail. Just think of it, no cash. You kill somebody, you rob a store, you go right back out on the streets. It is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And I don't know, from a political standpoint, I guess it's good. Because Bruce, how the hell can you lose to that? You're going to be ashamed. If you lose, you're going to be ashamed for the rest of your life.
He can't lose. Listen, it is true. People that make $300,000 a year are paying more in taxes than most Democrats make. Sorry, not sorry.
Bruce would say, how did I lose to that? No, I mean, think of it. Open borders. Let's have open borders. Have the entire world pour into our country. 25 million people in 4 years. She supported the release of convicted murderers who killed New York City police officers. She wanted people that killed our...
I'm still waiting for those 2 successful socialist countries. By the way, Norway, Sweden, and Finland are not socialist. A quick Google search would reveal that to you.
Great police officers, one in particular in Long Island where I went to the funeral, and he just met the people that gave this law enforcement chapels, and rabbis, and met a whole group, and they were there, and they gave the most beautiful sermon, but they kill. These are absolute killers, and then you're not going to change them. You got to get them the hell out, or you got to put them away, and if you don't do that, you're just wasting a lot of time. This whole concept of what they do, the only thing is, from a political standpoint, it's so easy to run against, because it's just common sense. You know, I guess I'm a conservative guy, but I'm a common sense guy more than a conservative guy. It's all about, politics is all about common sense. Bruce is a common sense guy. Bruce is a common sense guy. All of our Congress people that are here, you know, we have all our Congress people here. That's a big deal. I think if you said...
Norway is not a socialist country. You don't live in Norway. You're lying. Goodbye.
Would you rather have Bruce Blakeman win or all of your Congress people? I don't know, Bruce. I think I'm going to have to give you up. I might have to take the Congress people. It's so important.
Socialism is not a spectrum. It's not like your LGBTQ gender. Be whatever you want. Gender is a spectrum. No, it's not. And neither is socialism. You either have private business and private property rights or you don't. It's really that simple. And if you have private business and private property rights, it's not socialist. Geniuses. Go back to civics class. Go back to history class. They should have failed every single one last of you. Every single last one of you should have failed high school.
She signed a law weakening the parole enforcement for convicted felons, really weakening it. She spent millions and millions of dollars providing taxpayer-funded lawyers to illegal aliens. If you weren't an illegal alien, you didn't get a lawyer. But if you were an illegal alien, you got lawyers, and they were very good. They were radical left lunatics, but they were very good, very effective. She's in favor of the sanctuary city. She thinks the sanctuary cities are wonderful, which are killing our country. And less than 3 months ago, Kathy Hochul signed a deadly and sedacious new...
Social security is not socialism. You idiots see the word social and social, and you think, oh my God, it's the same thing. No, it's not. No, it is not. You have no effing idea what you're talking about.
New law making New York a so-called sanctuary state. So she took it from the city to the state. Meaning Kathy Hochul wants to release migrant criminals from jail and set them loose on innocent New Yorkers all over. Every street has people that are not supposed to be here. And the reason they left their country is a lot of bad reasons. You know, I know a lot of the leaders of these countries. They're very smart. More than smart.
Norway, Denmark are not democratic socialist countries. A quick Google search would reveal that. Do you really want me to pull it up on Google just to embarrass y'all?
They're street smart, very street smart, and they don't want these people. So what they did is they sent them into the United States of America through the open border. And people like Kathy Hochul, they want to keep them in New York. We don't want to keep them in New York. We don't want them.
Here, I'll show y'all. Hold on.
Yeah, maybe they'll get better. You know what the chances of? About 2%. Maybe they'll get better. But Hochul and the
Here, let's show y'all guys real quick. Norway is not a socialist country. It operates as a social democratic country. You guys are retards. You don't know anything about anything. You've never left your state, much less the country. Is not a socialist country. Not a socialist. It's a social democratic economy, not socialist. Please learn something. Read a book.
Left stand with the gang members, child predators, violent felons. We stand with hardworking New Yorkers. We stand with the great people of law enforcement. And Hochul and Mayor Mandami were against securing our border. They were against our massive tax cuts. They were against no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our seniors. They were against all of that. They fought it like hell. Is that right, Congressman? Am I right? Nick, right? They fought like crazy. I mean,
A democratic social country is America. A socialist democratic country is completely different from a social democracy. These are two different words. They're not interchangeable. Do I need to Google that next? Do I need to Google that next to show you the definition between socialists, countries, and social democracies? Do I need to show you all the difference, or can you use Google just like I can? I don't know.
We get one vote. We have no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and you cops get a lot of overtime, obviously. You get a lot of overtime. I made you a lot of money, but you deserve it. And no tax on Social Security. Think of it for the seniors, and a lot of seniors. Is anybody happy about that, seniors? Are you happy about it? Let me do a quick poll. If you had your choice of only having one, clap for the one you like best. No tax on tips. No tax on Social Security for our seniors.
No, they are not the same thing. This is embarrassing. I'm teaching you basic civics class right now because y'all are clueless. Y'all are completely clueless. Y'all don't know anything. This is embarrassing. All right, I'll pull it
No
up for you.
tax on overtime. I know. I knew the one they'd like the best. But she wants to raise your taxes. Think of it. She and all these.
All right, here we go. We'll pull it up real quick, real fast for y'all. No, a social democracy is not the same thing. There you go. There it is. No, social democracy and democratic socialism are not the same. While both seek a more equal society through a democratic process, a social democracy operates within a regulated capitalist system where democratic socialism aims to replace capitalism with public or worker ownership of the economy, meaning there is no more small businesses, there's no more private property. There you go. Now you can finally have it figured out, Democrats. Figure it out. Figure it out. Clueless on what you're talking about. You should just be quiet. Because I know all about this stuff. And most Democrats know nothing of what they're talking about.
People are against these things, and if they get in, they're going to take them all away. They're all going away. Yeah, that'll be next, yeah. That could happen, actually. If we keep making money like we're making, we're the hottest nation anywhere in the world right now. Hottest. We're building more plants and factories than any country anywhere in the world in history. Think of it. We're building, and the jobs are going to be fantastic. You know, in a couple of years, 2.5 years, somebody's.
What's wrong with worker owner? You can do that in a capitalist system. Why do we need to mandate and steal all private businesses and give them to the workers that don't know how to run a business? That sounds like a recipe for disaster and failure, like it's always been. I don't care if you've been to school and got good grades. You didn't learn jack. You wasted your time in school. You should have just dropped out and got a trade or something, because you know nothing.
Going to be elected. And will you please remember one thing? Trump is the one that did it. These factories are all going to be opening up. They're going to be all opening up. They're going to be opening up, and they're going to say how brilliant they were, right, Todd? They're going to be saying, brilliant. Think of it. We have $19.2 trillion being invested in our country. You know why? Tariffs. We're making a fortune with tariffs. They like to say, oh, tariffs here. They have no idea what they're. Basically, if you build your plant here, if you make your product here, you don't pay tariffs. If you make your product in another country, I say, I want you to pay 50%. We don't want your product if you make it. So they're all moving in, and they're spending $19.2 trillion so far. It's actually more than that, because that's as of the first 13, 14 months. And it's been a little bit longer than that. But think of the next governor, and think of the next for your state. But more importantly, think of the next president. Your next governor is going to say, what a great job. You know how many factories and places are being built in all of the states? And your next president is going to say, what a great job I did. He'll be sitting around watching television, a real step. Unless you vote Republican, of course. But no, they'll be sitting, say, darling, look at the great job I did. I don't know what the hell's happening, but this country is good. I'm telling you, we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. $19.2 trillion is more than invested ever in history in any country. And another little stat, I love these stats. I love these. I hate reading these boring speeches.
That is actually 100% true. Socialism means the state/community owns or controls much of the means of production. which is highly ineffective and has always led to poverty and mass starvation in every single instance that's ever been done. I mean, you got to be a real idiot to believe this kind of stuff, or you just got to be real, real poor, or maybe a mix of both of them. But get those likes up. Hey, thank you for that gift, brother. Keep dropping gifts. If you guys have any questions, comments, super chats, whatever you want to talk about, you can drop them down below. If we have any Democrat socialists in chat, I challenge you to debate. Join the Discord right there, linked in the bio or linked down below, pinned in the comments section. Thank you, guys.
Just be honest with you. So isn't it nice to have a president that doesn't have to read a teleprompter? Teleprompters are easy. They're bored. You get a little bored with teleprompters. But here's a stat that they never write down, but I think it's one of the most. At this moment, right now,
socialism leads to mass starvation and mass poverty. Capitalism has pulled more people. Capitalism has pulled more people out of poverty than any other system known to man ever. And it has, that end of story basically.
Not even close. Think of that stuff, right? Think of that stuff. And one other thing I have to say, they keep talking about affordability. Affordability, I walk in, I'm in office one day, and those fakers, look at all that press back there. Wow, fake news. But they keep talking about affordability. When I got in, you remember the first news conference, it was one day, they started screaming, what about eggs? What about eggs?
Message me the time. I already messaged you.
Eggs. I said, tell me about eggs. What's the problem? They're up 5 times higher than they were just a year ago. I said, I've just been here one day. And then they started screaming affordability. And, I made the statement, but they always misread it and everything else. But I said, the Democrats saying that is a hoax because they're the ones that cause the affordability. We're bringing the prices way down. Look at what's happening, coming way down. And after we finish defeating Iran, which is being very badly defeated, pretty soon I'll be declaring the Hormuz Strait a territory of the United States.
That's what I'm talking about. We're taking the Strait of Hormuz for America. We're going to own it, and then we're going to charge people to go through it, maybe. Who knows?
Essentially, that's what it is. We have the blockade. No ships get through unless we want them to. But, and how about Venezuela? Venezuela was a one-day war. And now we work great with them. We've taken in millions and millions of barrels of oil. But we're doing really good. We're doing good in every way. I built the military, and now I used it a little bit more than I wanted to, frankly, but that's okay, because we cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. Do we agree? Can't let it. So most things are down. And I had, before I started that, I had to make a journey. I said to my guys, I said to Howard, Scott, Marco, they're all fantastic. What a great group we have. But I said, fellas, we had just had the best month anyone's ever had as president. The numbers had just come out. I just got back. I was in Iowa helping some people. And I was in office. And we're looking at the pump. And it's $1.95 a gallon, and another one was $1.85. I said $1.85 a gallon, and I meet them the following day. I said, I have bad news for you guys. We have to make a little journey to the Middle East because we have to put out a potential disaster, a potential very big fire like you've never seen. We can't let Iran keep going. They would have had a nuclear. If we didn't hit the B-2 bombers, if we didn't hit them, you would have had a nuclear weapon and it would have been a very sad day for this country and for the entire world. So I said, we're going to have to put out the fire in the Middle East, and we've done that. They're never going to have a nuclear weapon. We have loaded up. So I just say this. So for you to pay a tiny little bit more for your gasoline, just remember, you're doing it so that a very evil country cannot have, a country really, it's the #1 state sponsor of terror in the world. We don't want to have.
Honestly, I could care less. Gas is still a lot cheaper than it was under Biden. A lot cheaper. But guys, like, subscribe, share. If we have any questions or comments, feel free to drop some super chats. Thank you, DJ Dal. You seem to know what you're talking about. Much respect to you because you actually know what socialism is. A lot of people don't know the difference between socialism and communism, and I can tell you all that too if you want to know it.
Have them have a nuclear weapon. So remember that when you have to pay a little bit more, you're at $4. It's okay. I mean, I'll never apologize. I did the right thing. But you could, if you didn't have, you'd be at, I had it down to below $2 in many states, but in California you can't include because they keep taxing. You lower the oil price and they end up taxing you more than what you lower it. But you just have to remember that what we're doing is a great service for the world, not only for ourselves, for the world, and we're really doing a great job. Our military is unbelievable. The blockade is unstoppable. It's a wall of steel. The blockade is a wall of steel. But the policies of Hochul and the Democrat colleagues, like crooked, oh, she's the worst. Is she the worst? Crooked Attorney General Letitia James. She is the most dishonest, a real slob. You know that.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? No, it's not, brother. I've already Googled this 100 times. Y'all are literally right about nothing. How does it feel, Democrats, to be right about nothing? Literally nothing. I cannot name the last thing Democrats were right about. Y'all might as well just join the Discord down below and debate. Or link in the bio if you want to debate.
They had her. She got off on a technicality. They had her. But she got off on a technicality. But let's see what happens. You remember when she was campaigning and we will stop Donald Trump. She's not supposed to say that. She's the Attorney General. We will stop. She didn't know anything about me. But she campaigned on we will stop Donald Trump. Well, I think I'm hearing, am I here as president? Yeah. She's, by the way, Letitia James is a.
Hey, CS, we can debate tonight, brother. We can debate tonight if you're around. Just shoot me a message, especially if you're a Democrat socialist. I've been looking for any Democrat socialist that want to debate. Honestly, their policies are indefensible. The DSA has indefensible policies. So I have not been able to find one person even willing to defend it. Y'all just hope and pray for something that you ain't even willing to defend. It's pathetic.
A disgrace to law, order, law enforcement. She's a disgrace. She's a dishonest person, very dishonest, very crooked person. Remember, I used to say that about James Comey. I was right. These are dishonest. These are dirty cops. You know the expression? You got dirty cops, too. Letitia James is essentially a dirty cop. And you have a person running, who I just met today for the first time, and I've endorsed her, running for Attorney General. Where the hell are you, ma'am? Where are you?
A National Socialist? Oh my God, my guy. That's wild. I'll debate with you later, though. Join the Discord. Once again, these people still have no idea what socialism is even about. Al said it basically is a secret DSA member. He's just really, really trying to get it elected. But he knows if he comes out and says he's DSA, he's not going to get elected. But the DSA supports him.
And I'm hearing you have a hell of a shot. Her resume is unbelievable. But the reason that all of the products in New York pharmacies and convenience.
All right, guys, I'm going to restart the stream real quick and then we're going to watch the rest of this. So I hope everyone comes back. We'll be back in about maybe 2 or 3 minutes. All right, guys, join back. Much appreciated.